And hello, good people of the internet. It is I, Tommy Kelly, and with me is the amazing Spud and the equally amazing amazing Duncan Barford from Occult Experiments in the Home and the Baptist Head back in the day. And we're going to do another TaSTA Ritual. In this one, the plan is that we're going to call up again Black from the Secret Chiefs that we talked to last time with Jason Mendel. But the process is going to be slightly different. Duncan has decided he's going to do like a trance and going to call in Black that way rather than with the headphones, the blindfolds and all the accoutrements. So we have done some prep work. People often ask what do we do before we start, and there's been some banishings, there's some heavy breathing, there's been some annoying of dogs. I did a banishing and my dog went insane. Duncan had issues where he had to relieve himself in the toilet area. And I suppose anything weird happened to you that you want to talk about?
He was late.
He was late, yeah. Well, that's not.
That's standard. That's Wexford. That's Wexford time. It runs differently than the rest of the world. Quite angry today, but there's a war going on, so other than that. But it seems to have gone in the last few minutes.
Okay.
Good. I'm burning some homemade incense of Arbor Mealing, which was the stuff that me and Alan used to use back in the day. There's still some there, so.
Brilliant. I remember after reading all that, doing a huge internet search trying to find it. It's hard enough to get online, that stuff, the proper stuff. So we'll settle into this, and I will. I'm going to start by I'm going to call in the protector from the 40 servants. I call on them to protect the space and keep any unwanted energies out, and to generally, so that we know that the person that we are contacting is the person they say they are, or the entity they say they are. I'm also calling in the messenger to increase the clarity of the communication and to open the channels as best we can. And then I call on Black from the Secret Chiefs, from the White Brotherhood, from the centre at Shambhala, who talked to us previously and said that we could call on him again if so needed. So I call on you now to join us here and please give us some of your wisdom.
There's a figure here that stepped out of a black circle, and he's inviting me into the circle. So I'm going into that circle, and I see a pattern of 6 circles, kind of describing a kind of rose. And he's pointing to each of the petals on the rose. And it's almost like 3 of the petals are for Tommy and 3 of the petals are for Spud.
Nice.
And I don't know whether this is 3 questions each or something like that, but he's right. sort of saying, come on, you guys, 3 each.
Well, I'll start with a big one. Why is there so much suffering in existence?
Shit. So he's showing me the signs for the elements: earth, air, fire and water, and they're all rushing into each other. They're all kind of penetrating each other, rushing towards a center, really, really fast and harsh. And he's saying that you know this, It's almost like he's saying, you know this, Tommy. The elements are they collapse in on themselves. They rush towards a point and annihilate themselves.
Okay. I suspect that's the same answer I was given before, to be fair. Do you want to ask one, Spud, or will I do all three at once?
No, I've written one down here. Well, Black was giving that answer to Duncan there. So Black, the last time we had our connection with you, you told us the doctor, not a medical doctor, came up, which everyone who listens to the podcast will know what that is in reference to. So we went back and we listened to that podcast separately ourselves, and we both had a good time listening back to it, because it's a very funny podcast. We're very giddy and having fun in it, and the kind of meaning that I took away from it, I took two meanings actually away from it. One was that to remember to have fun in life and not take everything so seriously. But the second meaning was maybe a possible thing that I picked up on was what's the name of the HGA thing, Crowley's Tommy, Liber
Samic.
Is it something to do with Liber Samic, or did we hit the nail on the head the first time around? Was it just that we just need to remind ourselves to have some fun?
He's showing me, and he was showing me this while you were talking, Spud. He's showing me a gate, a wooden gate, and an enclosure, and he's saying, keep yourself safe. There's a real sense of goodness coming from this. A black gate I could see with lots of bars, sort of like wooden slats going across, and it's black and it's tall. And he's saying, you look after yourself, look after your own, and that's where everything will come from, and you will feel secure and warm in that place, and that will give you a safe platform in the world. That's what he's telling me that was about. And there was something else that he was saying, and this was for Tommy again. I think it was a sign for Aquarius that I was seeing, and the colour silver.
Okay.
And as if that was something that you would know what it meant. Zodiacal sign. It's the one with the sort of two zigzaggy lines.
Yeah, I know the one.
Yeah.
Not immediately, but I mean, these are when you think about it in 5 minutes, go, oh yeah, obviously that. Okay. I suppose we should talk a bit about the current situation. I suppose we could ask something about that. Is there some insight you can give us on the conflict, the war, the meaning of it? Is there a meaning behind it? Is there something greater to come from it? Is it just collapse? Is it a bad thing, a good thing, an indifferent thing?
So there's the device that he's got, this 6-petaled design, and he's turning it. He's just turning it like a wheel. And it's almost as if he's sort of saying it's another turn of the wheel. But it's almost as if he's saying it's not so important that the wheel is turning, but what those petals mean for you in their turning. It's like he's saying, concentrate on the petals and not the turning of them.
Okay.
So is it more like is it more, excuse me, our part
Careful,
as...
Spud. Remember, you have 3 questions.
Oh, Cachini, yeah?
Well, I don't know. I think what it is, he's putting together some symbols for you. So Spud's got the black gate, a gate with 8 sort of slats going across black. And Tommy's got that silver Aquarius sign, I think it is.
I actually know what that is now. Will I explain it now, or will I explain it
Yeah,
later?
explain it.
So the kind of things I've been coming across with it is, the whole kind of question about, is this a collapse of everything, or is it the dawning of a new thing? And I suppose the new age is the Aquarius, isn't it? Like, so it's the so while things are ending, the old age, there is the new age coming in, of the that's the Aquarius has been coming up in that regard for me recently. But I don't want to waste the question by asking it, am I right?
There's something coming through for Spud now, another one of the petals, which is like a kind of golden pyramid. He's just sort of pointing to this design, and it's associated with an old man. Somebody, an old man that you're close to. There's some tension there in that relationship, but this is somebody you know, somebody you're close to. Something to do with a yellow golden pyramid. Somehow that represents this relationship and what it is for you that's going to come to fruition through that. These are things to hold close. These are things to organize your life around, to make priorities, to direct yourself in the times ahead. So Spud, the black gate and the golden pyramid connected with an older man, and Tommy, the zodiac sign in silver.
So I think rather than asking questions, I suppose the thing is, can you reveal what the final petals are, rather than trying to direct you?
And then another one for Tommy, and this one's green and like an arrowhead, and something new life. But it demands sort of penetration, something that you will have to work hard to make it happen. It's a symbol, a green arrowhead. Growth. Not without pain. Something that may feel as if it's being forced. Something about the final 2 symbols. It's like he really cares about the 2 of you. It's like he's saying, guys, I really care about the 2 of you, and please, with these next 2, try to
not freak out.
Try to hold them really, really close, and try to understand them. He's not. I don't know. I can't see them yet. He's just sort of like he's coming forwards and saying, "Please, guys, please."
Okay.
It's like a kind of spider pattern. It's almost like a spider, and it's purple, and it's for Spud, and it's chaotic and random. It's like a kind of purple asterisk, like with eight points to it, like a kind of chaos star, I suppose, but without any points. And he wants you to treasure it, to nurture it. It's crazy, it's chaotic, it's full of energy. He's treating it as if it's something really, really precious, and he's handing it in your directions. But 42. For Tommy, a white diamond-shaped thing. It's going to be some sort of platonic solid, this. But I don't know what it is. It's like a kind of sort of diamond-shaped thing. Like two pyramids on top of one another.
Mm-hmm.
And it's turning, and the light goes into it and comes out in all sorts of different colours, like a prism. And again, he's sort of saying that, this is really, really precious.
Okay.
Treasure this. Look after this. That's what the most important thing was. He wanted to give you these things.
Okay.
So, so the black fence, the yellow pyramid connected with the old man, the purple spider thing,
yeah.
And the silver Aquarius, and the green arrow, and the revolving white diamond.
Thank you very much for that, Black. I really appreciate it. And before you go, could you maybe give a message for Duncan and something for him as a thank you for being the conduit?
So he's covering me in a sort of dark red energy, which is feels really soothing. I think I know what that's about.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, it's almost as if he's cleared the decks now. He needed to do that. And, he's there. He's, if there's anything else that you want to ask him.
Nothing, I have to say. Here's a spirit with all known powers. Do you want to ask him something?
What's the correct pronoun to use when? No, I have one. Black. While you're still here, look, the last time that we were talking to you through Noggin, through Jason, there was a lot of numbers coming up, and we couldn't really find what was connecting them all. So have we missed something that's glaringly obvious, or was it just to get us thinking outside the box of kind of where to look? Or because we three of us, we came up with very different meanings for the numbers and what they possibly could have meant, and there's no thread that runs through them all. So if you could help us out on those.
He's just saying 418, 418. He's saying all the numbers he's given you. 418 is the key. They will all resolve to 418 in some sense.
Libo 418.
You'll have to remind me, what's that now?
Let's look it up.
The number of the great work, I think, isn't it?
Is it? The vision and the voice.
Yeah.
418. Abrahadabra.
That's in Vision and the Voice, Crowley's magical retirement, isn't it? Not that one. Anyway, we can look that up later. Go on.
He's saying that there is an underlying basis to all those numbers that he gave you, and 418 is the key.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you think we should know, or is there a question we should be asking, or some sort of, I don't know, guidance you can give us, other than what you've, of course, been exceptionally generous with so far?
He's saying that something about a descent and a creature to be encountered. Seven, 7. Doesn't have a face, doesn't have any eyes. It's just teeth. And there's some wisdom in this creature, despite how horrible it looks, and the fact that it can't see and it can't speak. You're both going to be required to put your hands in the jaw of this creature. The thing to remember is it doesn't have an inside, you see. It looks terrifying, but it doesn't have an inside. That's the thing to remember. The teeth are all on the outside. It can't eat you, is what it's saying.
Yeah.
For all the teeth, it can't eat you. It's really a surface that's dressed up as a being.
Okay, playing dress up, as we were told before.
A being has to have an inside and an outside, and this doesn't. It's not actually a being. It's the appearance of one. You've got to put your hand in its mouth, and it will feel like, it's going to suck you inside and consume you. But the thing to know is that it can't. And he's saying that the things that he's given you, the symbols, are going to help.
Cool. To feel resonant already, I must admit. Particularly the last one, the double pyramid diamond. I feel I know that symbol already.
It scatters the light in all colours. She's showing me it again now that you said that. It turns and it scatters the light.
Is it possible that if we need to at some future stage, if we can call on you again, would you be okay with that?
Yeah. So he's given me a sigil for you to do that, which is like it's like a letter Y, but the two forks of the Y are kind of curly.
All right. So like an M with a long middle bit.
Like or
an
Y.
A, or the ram, the ram.
Yeah, it is. It's really like that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. But if you had anything else you want to ask her, will we give license to depart, or?
I know Tommy asked something earlier about what's kind of going on at the minute in Ukraine. Is there anything, we as individuals could be doing maybe better to help balance out the badness that we're seeing?
He's saying that I'm seeing a setting sun. He's saying the sun is setting. And it's like I can see an eagle, and it's resting on the earth, and its wings are kind of falling over the earth. I mean, this is a creature of the air, but it's on the earth. It's like it's exhausted. And this is happening as the sun is setting. And he's saying that you can call on him in the dawn. The dawn is the right time to call on him if you want to talk to him or invoke him.
Okay.
And it's almost as if that's the kind of energy that we need, that idea of a dawn, because the sun is setting. What's in the air is coming to rest on the earth. And to cultivate in yourself a kind of dawn energy, the breaking of a new day. That's what needs to be cultivated now, brought forth, from inside. And he's saying that the dead are important, to keep a connection with the dead. The dead are going into the earth. It's like they're kind of in storage. Big caverns. A lot of pain, a lot of sadness. But they're in storage, they're not gone. And I think that's why we need that dawn energy to keep what's not been lost. Hasn't really been lost. Just keep Keep bringing that into the world. Bringing that back from the dead into the world. Do this in the dawn. The bird that's come down to the earth, that kind of eagle-like creature, it stays warm on the earth. It's still alive. It's just dormant. He's just saying, call on me in the dawn if you need to.
Okay. We will.
Yeah.
I think that's where we should leave it. It feels like a natural closing there. So thank you very much, Black, for talking to us yet again. And return to wherever you are in peace and happiness and joy. And come back to us, Duncan. Come back. Hello. So what I think we'll do now is we can end the TaSTA Ritual section here. We'll take a break, get our souls back together, and we'll move over to the main podcast. So all of the stuff will be linked in the show description, and we'll continue this kind of chat around this and a few other things. We've a nice documentary to talk about as well. In the TaSTA episode proper. So, good people of the interest. See you on the other side.
Slava Ukraine!